What if everyone is physically, if not emotionally prepared? I am recording. Yes, I am. Okay, cool.
Okay.
For housekeeping, there's just one little item, and it's that I updated the description of the Ring of Mind Shielding that I think is in Yelena's inventory to reflect that it contains the soul of the Archwizard Amelia Amanitas.
Oh, yeah. Forgot
Since
about
it
that.
does. Otherwise, last session. I was thinking not a lot happened, like it was just people talking and not a lot happened, but my summary is pretty long, so I don't know. On re-listen, I must have thought stuff happened. In session 39, the party started off with a long rest. See, it was really exciting. So exciting. But like due to his elfiness, Kai had an extra 4 hours to get into trouble. So in the wee hours of the morning, he used some of the shapeshifter body parts that you called off of the shapeshifters in Ulavan. And he enchanted a glass so that it amplifies his eavesdropping perception checks. So he does have an item. But I created an item, I guess, during the session because when I went to look for it, it was pretty much all it needed to be. I think I added in like a line of descriptive text, but that's about it. But you do have that. I think it's an eavesdropping glass or something like that in Kai's
What,
inventory.
in inventory?
Yes, in your inventory. Also an elf, handsome Moonsilver popped back through the Harper's Portal network before everybody else woke up and caught Kai alone and proceeded to have a nosy chat, which Kai used his wizard cunning, and he successfully played dumb to Handsome's inquiries, insisting Handsome should talk with Yelena if he wanted to know what they were doing, what they were on about. So failing to gain insight into his faction interest, Handsome did discover Kai likes to gamble, and he lost a whole bunch of coin to Kai before the rest of the caravan to Parnast woke up and gathered for breakfast. Yelena did have a private chat with Handsome Moonsilver before he returned to Silvery Moon, and he was candid about recognizing that there were water cultists traveling with the caravan to Parnast. And Handsome urged caution and intimated the Harpers would be watching the situation. He gave Yelena a sending stone that could message him in case of an emergency, and he warned that the portal to the Grey Peak Mountains near Parnast was built at an existing arcane ruin, and to use caution to not activate anything other than the Harper's Circle. In your conversation, Handsome noted that Lord Jomont had been shopping around in recent months. Okay. Sometimes I wonder why I wrote down what I wrote down. Visiting multiple seats in the Savage Frontier where families associated with the Lord's Alliance with offspring of marriageable age resided. So Yelena encouraged Handsome to put out feelers regarding these activities to find out what's what about that. That must be why I wrote that down. Okay. Lord Jomont won his pick of several magical items for winning a scavenger hunt that took place while the party had been engaged investigating that teleportation network. Terrell suspected that one of the items was one of Maliki's legendary horn blades, but she failed to persuade Jomont to choose that item, even with Lady Bellefonte as assistant. Lord Jomont selected the belt of dwarven kind instead, which he's now wearing. Terrell and Kai priced the hornblade as well as a pair of bracers of defense. And I made a note that during this conversation, like he quoted 3,000 gold for the bracers of defense. And you guys like dismissed buying that. But Kai does have enough money that he could have bought those bracers outright. I think there's just a little bit of the Yorkshire lass was happening there.
Yeah.
She did not want to spend that much money on a pair of bracers.
Mm-mm.
The Hornblade was out of budget at 10,000 gold, but you made a deal that Matthias Ryland would reward you with the weapon in exchange for clearing the Grey Flow River of pirates that had interrupted his mercantile business between Orlbar and Loudwater. Matthias indicated that he's open to bartering for the bracers as well in exchange for an item found of similar value, if you don't want to, like, shell out coin. Lady Belafana prompted Tyrell to explain why she seemed to hold Jomont in dislike. And she agreed that Jomont's a bit flashy, but Belafana recalled that when she first met him as a boy, shortly after his father's death, he was very shy. Tyrell asked Tidemaster Brack to scout out the river pirates, which reportedly include orcs, kobolds, and a Medusa. The caravan resumed its travel towards the next outpost of the dwarven fortress of Orlbar. During a night's camping, Kai tried on the Ring of Mind shielding and discovered that the soul of the Archmage Emilior Amanitas was stored within. And Emilior would very much like someone to make a potion of rejuvenation for him, so he can accomplish life goals, namely not being dead. You currently have access to one ingredient, a wyvern's egg, though there's some concern about, what's going to happen to the wyvern's egg. There were at least 3 other ingredients required, and you are continuing to explore your options in terms of this potion. Tidemaster Brack reported back that in having, I guess, the alligators scout the river around Orlbar and have hot goss with all the other water denizens, the road is flooded. His alligators said that a stone dam had been constructed, causing an unnatural submersion. You formed a plan where Yelena and Tidemaster Brack scouted further by Aran River, while Kai and Tyrell built a raft for travel. You learned that the stone dam is of massive proportions, and it was built and currently guarded by at least 2 stone giants. A detour up into the mountains leads to the dwarven fortress of Orlbar, but while you've seen plumes of smoke coming from the mountain that suggest signs of life from within, Yelena did not spot anyone above ground during her scouting before she had to return to rendezvous. Leaving Sprinkles with the caravan, the party decided to head up the Grey Peak Mountains to the fort, bringing along Lord Jomont Shieldbriar for some reason. I'm not sure why, you guys. Yes, we've been talking about Lord Jomont a lot, but someone suggested bringing him. I don't remember who now.
I don't remember saying we were going to bring him. No, I don't remember.
But you brought him along.
Oh, yeah.
He's there.
It was in the recording. Somebody did. Somebody's like,
it can always be
we should bring along Jomont. And I even sound surprised during the session. I'm like, what? As Jomont, like, oh, I've been elected? What? It's the afternoon of the 27th of Marpenoth. You have reached a metal and stone bridge spanning 2 mountain peaks, a vast chasm with tributaries of the Logren River running below. The bridge shows signs of impact from a past battle, though you've judged that the structure is still sturdy. In the distance, you spot 2 bodies of the fallen slumped in the crossing. And thus starts this session. Some 15 minutes past the hour. I'm going to start playing music that you guys can't hear.
Okay.
So, you're on one side of the bridge. You see 2 bodies in the distance, a sign that there has been some battle. I think during your perception check at the end of last session, you have noted signs that it doesn't appear to have been a recent battle.
So not fresh bodies?
Not fresh bodies. You think there's been a couple weeks at least.
And if I remember you saying that the bridge was damaged?
Yeah, there's signs that there have been, there's scorch marks and some, scratches, claw marks on the metal. But, especially through, Kai's expert, he is the crafter of the most excellent manufactured ladder in the history of Faerun. So he would know the quality, the current, stability of this bridge, and he thinks it's all right. I mean, it's no majestic ladder, but it's definitely secure. So, signs of scorch marks and some damage, but it's not so much that it's going to affect being able to cross on the bridge as it stands.
Okay, I can't remember if you described the bridge. Is it wide? Is it narrow?
It is very wide. It's a continuation of the tracks. And as a reminder, the mountain path has had a very mechanical railroad kind of situation where Yelena has scouted various outposts along the mountain ridges, and then the path is very wide. It does seem to be mainly intended to be one way, like one lane, so that there would have to be some kind of coordination going up and going down for caravans and wagons.
Okay.
But there is a track situation leading on the path, even as it winds through the mountains, as the stone sides raise on the left and right, where there's signs that something could be aided in going up the mountain in places where it's steep because of these metal tracks. And this bridge is just a continuation of that metal track. So there are slightly raised, 2 lines of slightly raised metal tracks going down the middle of it. But it's of large enough scale that it doesn't interfere with you walking easily in a straight line without having to step over anything.
Okay, and you said there was scratch marks.
There are scratch marks in some of the girders.
Can I tell what kind of creature made them?
Do a nature check. So this means you've walked partially across the bridge in order to inspect them more closely.
Right, then it's up to you guys if you want to just let me go out and see if Alt attacks me, or if you want to come with me. But anyway, I've got my shield out ready, just in case Alt comes at me.
I'll stay at the back.
Yeah, I'll just have bow and arrow out, I guess, and follow.
You're gonna follow?
Okay.
Yeah. Single file.
I will have. I'm gonna have. And I have a bridge here, but it's hard to find a bridge because I'm really thinking, modern steel girder bridge between these 2 cliffs. It's definitely been forged. It's not like a wooden hanging bridge, and most of the maps out there are for wooden hanging bridges. But Jomont will follow as well. So Terrell, you're leading this investigation. So it takes you getting about 30 feet across the bridge, which it is fairly extensive across, at least 200 feet between these peaks of metal. When you get to close enough, you can start examining some of the scratch marks.
Okay.
With a 13, you can't tell exactly what kind of creature it is. You think it had to have been something based off of the location of the scratch marks, high enough on the girders. You think it was a flying creature. But you're not quite sure whether it is a beast or some other type of creature that caused it.
Okay. Well, after this morning, I think it's a pterodon. Anyway.
Yelena remembers she can fly, so I guess I'll on seeing that, I'm assuming Terrell conveys that information, and I'll just sort of go whoop, up a little bit and look upwards.
Take to the air. I
Yeah,
will
take
say
care.
you've used your flying boots for like an hour and a half so far today. You still have 2.5 hours left,
Okay.
but like I am tracking.
Well, one of us is.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know how time is.
I know
happening.
it's not an easy feat given like that we play once a month. You know, it could take you years to use up your boots, but like they recharge daily. So after a long rest, so you take to the air. Are you you're scouting around for any?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Oh, so close.
All the 13s today.
You take to the skies, looking around. You see some small birds flying. You know, there's a vulture that kind of swoops down, pecks at one of the fallen bodies. It's not to their liking. It's a little bit too old even for the vulture, and it takes off again. The wind is blowing somewhat forcefully. Once you're out of the shield of the mountain in this chasm between, it seems to be channeling it more stronger, and your like hair is threatening to come out of like its fastening, or you keep it securing out of your eyes so that you can shoot things with your bow and arrow. But you don't see any immediate threat. But it's a little unnerving given the carnage below. You're on alert, but you're not catching anything.
I'm wondering if it's worth getting. Is Bellafana with us? Is it just us and Jomont?
It's just you and Jomont.
Right.
Yeah, you left Bellafana back with the caravan, and
Okay.
the caravan is found camped somewhere, and Sprinkles is there with them.
Yeah.
Somewhere, not right at the edge of the flooding, a little bit farther back. But Bellafana and the water cultists and everyone else in the caravan, such as the Silgar Quiran, the artificer guy with the handy turrets, and Terry and Noodles Fabian and Ragnar and all them, they're back with the caravan.
Okay. Is it worth getting Kai over with us while Elena's keeping an eye out above? And
Sure, yeah.
Now, how far back is
Oh.
Kai? Like, he was he
Not
he
a million
loitering?
miles.
Was he loitering at the
Yeah.
edge of the bridge, waiting to see what happened with everybody else?
Yeah.
so by this point, what are me and Yelena sort of in the middle, or?
Well, I guess you're about 30 feet out on the bridge. Jomont is like right behind you, and Yelena's in the air. I don't know, Yelena, are you just like in the air above where they are?
Yeah. Not terribly high up, just trying enough to
Like
get
30
get up.
feet above where
Yeah.
they are, but at the same general location across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kai's back about 30 feet, unless he moves forward.
I'm just thinking I don't want to leave you on the other side of the bridge if we keep going across. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
not
happy
even
to go.
You're like barely a tenth across the bridge. You
Okay.
haven't reached any of the bodies yet.
And I turn and beckon at Kai then.
Yeah. I move up and I walk with them.
All right.
I'll do the commando hand gestures to keep going forward slowly.
So you move forward. How far do you move forward?
I'll move another 20 or 30 feet.
Okay. Another 20, 30 feet. So with another 30 feet,
Still looking around.
all of you are you're on the bridge now. Kai's the only one like within range, I think, that maybe could make it off the bridge within a round of movement
Oh shoot, it's gonna
Without-
collapse, isn't it?
without dashing. You're still about 50 feet away from the first fallen body.
Okay. I still
Looking
don't see any movement.
You can examine. You're by a scorch mark on the rails.
All right, I'll have a look at that. See if that gives out away.
Anyone who wants to, who's there, can make an investigation check.
Oh great.
Well, it's a scorch mark.
This is going well.
Okay,
But there you go. You see, Kai would know what a scorch mark has come
Kai
from.
moves forward to look at this because it's a scorch mark. It's just enough carrot on a rope to pull him forward. And he looks at it, and Kai does not think that the scorch mark is from a magic spell. He thinks it's, he's not quite sure, but he thinks it's something that's more like a incendiary, chemical, explosive kind of fire.
Dragon?
Or a
Or-
fire arrow?
You're not sure with a 16 about that, but you don't think it was a spell. So you don't think it was a fireball. You don't think it was like a firebolt kind of thing, like you do.
Yeah. Okay, so something organic.
You think it's more like, I think you have like some alchemist fire bottles in your inventory maybe that you've made with your alchemist supplies before. And you have fashioned those, I think, into maybe arrows, that kind of thing, into arrows for Yelena before.
Hmm?
So you think it was probably along that area, in that domain of fiery, explosive things that you know about and enjoy. And less the arcane area.
Okay. So there could potentially be something in the area shooting fiery things about?
Chucking bombs, chucking explosives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you proceed across the bridge? You're about 50
Yeah.
feet away from the first fallen.
I mean, yeah, because we kind of need the dwarves' help, don't we? Or that's why we're going this way. So, alright, I'm gonna. Do I tell Kai and Jomont to stay there and me and
No.
Elena run? No? Okay.
I'm coming with.
Alright, then I just sort of motion to Elena that we're heading for the first body.
All right. You reach the first body. It is on its side. You can tell that the person did obviously suffer some. They have burns, obviously. You can make a perception or a medicine check, examining the body.
Let's go with my +5 on medicine.
Yolena's out of sorts today.
That's a really good medicine check. Why do you have proficiency ×2?
I don't know.
I think that was a misclick, but still, it's good enough.
Nah.
I think we might need to check your sheet because I don't think you should. I think you just have one. Oh, it won't let me change it. Wait. I gotta unlock you before I fix it. Okay. I think you just have single proficiency in medicine. But it does not affect your success. Because even with an 18, you'd be successful.
I mean, that's the first time I've been able to use a medicine check, and I've just sort of like given myself away.
Yeah. And Kai is successful as well. So you can tell, obviously, the fire burns on this creature, and that's what Kai is focusing on in his perception. In this instance, Kai is picking out one. There's some fire marks. Kai, you don't think that this fire is from an explosive. But you don't think it's a spell either. You think it might be something like, from like a creature that breathes fire.
Okay, like a dragon or...
Yeah, like in that range, but it's a small enough wound that you don't think if it was a dragon, it wouldn't have been a really large one. Not super
like an
massive.
imp or something, like a fire mephit, maybe.
Yeah, it's more along that scale. You know, not something huge. Maybe not. Maybe bigger, like, you know, larger than a bread box, but like not.
Not as big as a chest.
not like a dragon, but like not as small as an imp either. You know, like somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
It's still like maybe concerning, but you're also like, hey, this is pretty good work. Terrell, as you kind of turn the body over, and it is a dwarf with like a significant amount. The burns are across like their face, singeing the beard, and one shoulder. They're wearing dwarven plate, which there are scorch marks on the plate. But you also, in examining the body, you see that there is bleeding and signs that the dwarf was impaled by something as well that contributed to their death. You think maybe like a spear wound, but the spears are no longer here. They weren't left behind. So, Kai, you have things, something like a small dragon-ish kind of thing was involved here, but Kai's like, there's something here also involved. Not Kai. Did I just say Kai twice? Terrell is thinking,
Yeah.
hey, something also chucking spears is involved here. And Yelena's busy looking around in the sky like, are we alone? Super distracted.
Okay.
I mean, what, Yelena, do you have any thoughts about like what might be distracting you so much on this bridge?
I don't know. Maybe. I can't. Well, you know, I guess think about my buddy there.
Moldy.
Oh God, Moldy. Yes, thank you.
Things that
wondering-
you know about Moldy. I mean, yeah, you're going here to check in on him.
Mhm.
And the last conversation you had about Moldy with Handsome Moonsilver was that Moldy had reached out to him maybe a month ago, certain that he had located aliens in the Grey Peak Mountains, and he was intending to go investigate. And you also know that for as long as you knew Moldy, when you were assisting the Moonlight Men in their onslaught against the cults of elemental evil, Moldy always said that his magic powers came from aliens. But Moldy was always kind of weird. So people kind of shrugged it off, was just like, it's just Moldy being weird. But given that this is the last communication you know of from Moldy, and that he lives in this area, and that he was going to look for aliens, it's kind of unsettling that, like, what if he was right all this time? What if he was telling the truth and he wasn't just a little bit loopy. And that is kind of unsettling and distracting as your group slowly crosses the suspended bridge, investigating this sign of conflict. You're about a third of the way across the bridge at this point.
Okay. And we're still not seeing any movement. So, the other side of the bridge, is it open and it's going up a cliff, yeah?
Yeah, you see that it's another peak of the Grey Peak Mountains, and there's a very short visible area of path before it bends sharply out of sight. With the perception checks that you've rolled so far, you can see little plumes of smoke, similar to what Yelena saw in her scouting before. Intermittent, like they are exhaust openings in the mountain for activities within. Like manufactured little volcano calderas.
Okay.
Like forge fires or something.
Yeah, like forges within the mountain, chimneys within the mountain, that kind of thing, letting the smoke out so that it doesn't build up within.
Do we see smoke coming out of the chimneys?
Little puffs, like small amounts in the distance, intermittently.
Right. So we think the is it a castle? Did you say it was a castle?
It's called Fort Orlbar.
Okay.
So I think we touched on this
we-
earlier. The dwarven fort, which is the oldest settlement, is a fort built within the Grey Peak Mountains.
Okay.
And for a time, there was another village outpost built kind of more at the base of the mountains, which is now flooded, but had been destroyed by giants a few years past. And that population, they traded actively with the dwarves when it was in place. It had more of a other races kind of population with some dwarves in, and they were just kind of like less, not of the culture, I guess. So the dwarven fort is like a dwarven fort of mainly dwarves.
Okay. But we're assuming then, because we can see smoke, that there's someone actually in residence.
That there's
And
some
would
activities
we-
are still happening within this
Would
mountain.
if there was fighting going on at the fort, would we be able to hear it from where we are?
Well, you're not hearing anything with the perception checks you've rolled.
Okay. But are we in... Alright, no, never mind.
But
Okay.
if you just consider that if it's a fortress built within a mountain, the odds of being able to hear stuff going on within the mountain are probably slim. If you have like several feet of rock between you and whatever's happening.
Okay.
At some point, surely they've got somebody going out to scout or survey.
Well, my thought is either they're pinned down by whoever's killed these guys on the bridge,
Yeah,
or they're dead and someone else has taken control of the fort.
yeah.
Where's the next body?
It's about another 100 feet across the bridge.
Alright, I'm gonna keep moving forward, keeping an eye out still.
Do you do anything with the dwarven body?
No.
Loot. Do we search it? Does it look like it's got anything on it in its pockets? What?
No,
do
What are you looking at me for?
Mercenary.
One
What?
second. Do an investigation check. Okay. With a dirty 20. You find he's got dwarven plate mail. Which is pretty nice if it's scorched a little. He's got a warhammer. And you find a piece of paper tucked into one of, yes, like metal bracers. They don't appear to be enchanted, but you find a piece of paper tucked into his bracers. And it has stuff written on it in a language that is not common.
Okay. And it's not a language I know.
It's not a language you know, Kai.
Okay, but it might be something interesting on it, so we could take the piece of paper and when we come across somebody who might speak the language, we could get them to tell us what it says.
What languages does everybody speak?
I'm going to say you could see what we speak. I speak Elvish and Giant and Orcish cuss words.
And Yelena?
Trying to find where is that? What tab is that?
It's on abilities, I think.
Yeah, right at the bottom.
Thank you. Common, Elvish, Sylvan.
Okay. And Kai
None of us
was...
speak Dwarven.
I'm Elvish, Goblin, Undercommon, Common.
Oh, okay. Well, so you pass this paper around, and none of the three of you can read it. But when you pass it to Jomont, his eyes kind of brighten. And I'll also say, when Kai had that perception check of 15 earlier, you did notice that Jomont did seem a little bit unnerved by the burnt body. But
does he know what's going on here?
I'm not going to make you do an insight check for that. I'm just going to say that it shook him, like just seeing somebody who was the burnt body.
Right, so basically flashback to the fire thing that Yelena's told us about.
Yeah.
Right.
But he does, when he's startled when he sees the paper, and he understands what it says. And he puts like a hearty gauntlet on his new belt of dwarven kind, and he's like, huh, look, it's coming in handy already. I'm not sure it's in Dwarvish. I'm not sure how useful this is, because it just seems to be a list of magic. 1 to 5, it says 1 fireball, 2 acid, 3 force, 4 cone of cold, 5 lightning bolt.
Sounds like settings for something.
It does, doesn't it?
Do you make anything of that, Kai?
No.
Can you read them out again for us?
And there's one other bit here. It says may reset after deployment. And Jomont pulls a quill out of his bag and he starts writing on the piece of paper in common by the dwarven runes for your reference. And I'm going to add a note.
Cool.
Is it visible for you guys yet?
This is under the player notes, yeah?
Oh wait, I might have to share it. Let's see. They changed the interface for this has changed, so I had
somewhat moved.
So how I share it is different. Okay, message recovered from Dead Dwarf, and let me see if I can copy it to chat.
Oh, I've got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's for something. Was there
Some
anything
sort of Sorry.
I'm sorry. Was there anything on that dwarf again?
This piece of paper, and then just normal, like a warhammer
Right.
and dwarven armor.
Nothing that looks magical.
Nothing magical on the dwarf.
Okay.
I mean, like you say, it sounds like instructions for settings or something, doesn't it? You know, pull this lever to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking some sort of mechanical device that lets off spells or something.
Yelena, make an insight check.
Okay, I'm changing
Yeah.
the dice color.
It doesn't really, yeah, you're kind of like racking your brain. You're not really sure what to make of this, given that what everyone has noticed so far about this bridge doesn't seem to have anything to do with magic. And yet this list is all of magic things that Kai is pretty enthusiastic about usually. I mean, these are all types of spells that do damage. Types of magical evocation damage. That's good stuff.
Yeah, but what does it mean? May recharge after deployment. Rechargeable spells.
Okay, so what do you guys do? You've investigated the body. You've looted the body. You've moved on.
Yeah, I think we head for the second one.
Second one.
Yeah,
So
and see
you
if they've
start
got
to
a
head for the
second
second
list.
one. Make perception checks again.
Dice hate me today.
This is terrible. Because this is normally really like kind of your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The perception checks are usually very high.
Exactly.
I think you've had like two sessions of like the dice just being terrible.
My gosh.
Don't mind me, I'm just having brain difficulty. As you proceed further along this bridge, you're past the halfway mark before you reach this second body. And even as you're maybe 20 feet away, you realize this body is not a dwarf. It's
Okay.
smaller stature, not as stocky and brawny as a dwarf. More slender, more reptilian. It's also armored, but a lighter armor. And as it comes into view, you start to realize, make a nature check. I'm gonna say not Yelena, because Yelena, your roll was Saki.
Well, I just did roll, so. Okay, I can't do that.
Yeah, but I think Kai's the one who like realizes it. Is Kai? You pick out that, oh, this is a kobold, a fallen kobold, and just as you exclaim, it's a fallen kobold, you hear a noise. You and Terrell hear a noise and a flap of wings, and almost like seeming to dart from behind the peak that you're walking away from, that you're leaving, you see 3 winged forms beelining through the air at breakneck flying speed towards your group on the bridge.
Ruh-roh.
Like each individual is making a beeline for different ones of you. as if to do a barrel roll past you. But Kai and Terrell, you've spotted them in time that you can act first before they have a chance to make attack against you.
Okay. How far off from the end of the bridge are we?
I'm going to add a map now. Now, Yelena, are you still in the air?
I think I've come down to examine the body, so I think I'm on the ground right now.
Okay.
Examine is in air quotes.
Wait, Kai, are you with them? Or are you still hanging back a little?
Sorry, I'm with Terrell.
Terrell. My name is Terrell.
Okay. So what's swooping in is 3 winged creatures, like very small dragons. They're like dragon-like in form in that they have 4 legs, in addition to the wings. I think that's the delineation. I could be totally wrong, but they have small figures on their back, dressed in similar armor to the second body you found on the bridge. So these small dragon-like figures, they're red, of leather and wing, with small armored figures with spears riding on the back of them that are barrel rolling towards you. And Kai and Terrell have an opportunity to react.
Okay. Then... see, they're coming from that direction. I'm gonna move up towards beside Jomont, and I would like to cast Blade Ward. And I'm gonna try and work out how to do that.
Okay, what does Blade Ward do?
Blade Ward is a cantrip that traces a sigil of warding in the air, and until the end of your next turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay.
Do I want to do that? Or do I want to do Bless? No, I'm gonna do the blade cantrip. Blade Ward. But like I say, I need to try and work out how to do it.
Okay.
Oh, it did!
Sweet!
I need to work it out how to do something. Right, someone remind me to take it off after the end of my next turn.
Okay. So that is your turn. How about you, Kai?
And I'm obviously going to shout a warning as well.
I am going to... I'll move just here slightly. Right, I'm gonna try one of my level 4 spells. If I can get my targeting to work. Right, so in a 20-foot sphere, right, I'm gonna, so I guess I just drop the attack thingy on that circle, yeah?
I'm not sure. It's been too long for us to remember how targeting works. At least for me to remember how targeting works. But do it, and we'll see if they get added to your targets.
No, it's not doing it.
No.
What's that doing? Don't you have to do control and click on them all or something like
I
that?
think so. I think you have to,
Oh,
like,
wait,
it's something
wait,
like a right click or something, and then you boop boop on them. You're targeting them. That's cool.
It's not letting me target that last one though. Now, let's see if it works now. Then I'll do damage.
What did you cast?
Vitriolic sphere.
Ooh.
Ooh, I
Ooh,
know.
fancy.
Ready?
Oh,
I have no idea what that's done.
It's done some damage. It's done. Okay, one of them did not. I can't figure out why that one did not.
Do I need to cast the half damage one?
No.
I don't know.
It
No.
should have. The ones that it applied to automatically. It's this unidentified 3 that you didn't target successfully. That was troublesome, and it needs to roll a dexterity save. I need to roll a dexterity save for it to see if it's saved. And it failed, so it takes 18 damage.
Hey. And that's yeah, that's me done. Oh. How'd you clear these now?
I don't remember, but you've cleared some of them already. I don't know how you cleared them.
Yeah, pointers.
But I'll delete them.
Oh, remove point. Got it. Ah,
I have a button that I can just clear all your targets, so I did that.
cool.
Let's
So
change the
a
thing
whole
for
bunch
that.
of zappy damage on these creatures as Kai what you like wrap your hands around like a ball of electricity.
Acid. I think it is.
Acid that
Yeah.
like just seems to kind of like ooze from your hands, and you like sculpt it into this vitriolic sphere that you hurl in the direction of these flying creatures and their kobold riders, and it burst over all of them, and you hear like the sizzle and a screech of like ah! As the kobolds take damage, and as the flying creatures are affected as well, and the acid just kind of like drips down and splashes. You hear distantly like a little splash of the acid into the waters below.
Very cool.
Now,
Cool. Yeah.
roll initiative. And since Terrell called, yay, baddies at 2 o'clock, Jomont and Yelena are aware that there is trouble. So I should roll for Jomont. Midland. Well, compared to how you guys rolled, shitty for Jomont.
Yeah,
Because
and I feel like this cantrip's going to get wasted, but never mind.
you guys rolled pretty well. There's a big tie up top with a 19 initiative. So I'm gonna have Kai start off.
I get another turn.
Yeah, right away you get another turn.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll go all out then, and we'll do fireball.
All right. So see if you can target things again.
Right. Hang on a second. That's not right. I can't remember how I did it.
It goes fast.
Fucking hell.
I don't remember. how you do
Hey,
it
I've got
either.
it. Right, right.
Literally 2 minutes ago.
Hey,
Short-term
She's-
memory problem. I'm having
she's doing
problems
better
with that
than I
one.
am. Let me see if I can do something. Wait.
Right, are we ready?
I don't know why that one isn't working. It's very weird. Let me roll for them. I don't see anything obvious about like why this one is so naughty and difficult.
No.
There's not like a maximum number of targets or anything.
Oh
is
man,
there?
nat one for that third creature, so they failed as well.
Right, ready? I'll cast damage.
Okay.
Oh, got all them dice. I knew they'd resist.
The riders do not seem to resist though.
Mm.
Or do they? Or do they just succeed? Yeah, they succeeded. The creatures, the flying creatures, who I think failed, resist, and the things that succeeded were not resistant. So I think everything took like 19 damage. Except, no, yeah, everything took 19 damage. Except the thing that I need to add the damage to. Again, as Kai pulls out yet another onslaught of arcane magic from his arsenal and hurls it at these winged riders, you hear cries and shouts as the flames kind of there's this conflagration mobbing them, and you kind of like lose sight in the fire of these winged figures and their riders for a moment, and it dissipates, and there's smoke and screaming, and there's scorched flesh on these creatures. None of them have fallen. They're all still airborne, and they're shouting specific curses at you, Kai. So you see some adjusting in the direction. All of them are targeting this fearsome spellcaster now.
Oh no.
Terrell.
Terrell, get in front of me.
Terrell, save him. Save him.
I am in
Um,
front of you.
I can't
Hold
get
on.
rid of them 2 targets that are left on screen. I'm not sure. I don't think they're mine. I'm not sure. Thank you.
Right. I'm going to use the sparking bolts from my bow blade.
Alrighty.
It's 120 feet. I'm sure that's within range. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, hang on. I have to remember how to do it. So I get 3 bolts. Yep. 3 bolts. What do I do? Do I just do the attack roll? I guess I do.
Yeah,
Don't
you get 3 bolts. You do an attack roll for each bolt against what target you choose.
I? Right. Well, I'm going to go for unidentified one flying. Oh no, that's not the flying creature. The flying creature is the one that's just ahead. Yeah. The pinky
Yeah,
type image.
the red just a hit. The things that are just red, dragon-like things. Those are the things that are being ridden. The blue background things are the kobolds that are the riders.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to go for the things that are flying, so that if they die, they'll take the kobolds with them.
Okay.
Right. So that was 1.
So 1 hit.
Right. So do you want me to do the damage first?
Yeah, roll the damage just in case it affects.
Okay. Do I want to do the same one, or do I want to do each one of them? I'm going to do each one of them. Oh, it hit. I was surprised. And then the last one.
Ooh, they all hit.
I know, that's shocking.
All right. So you have you've targeted holding out your bow blade, and It usually glows and has kind of like that spark of the elemental power within the magically honed wood. And you call forth on the power within it, and 3 bolts of lightning shoot out from the tip of the blade of your weapon towards each of these flying creatures. Each one, I can't say words now. It's in my head, but it will not come out of my mouth. Each one lancing the flying creatures. None of them fall, but all 3 of these flying creatures do not look to be in good shape. They are bucking and almost fighting their riders right now, wanting to turn around because they are fearful the way that this assault is turning. But they're all still kind of focused on diving in, noses pointed toward Kai.
Right, then seeing that they're still aiming at Kai, I'm going to move in front of him. And that is my turn.
The first, and I'm putting them here just so we aren't overlapping tokens, but this first flying creature and rider does a barrel roll over Kai. And it throws a series of spears at him.
Okay, he has to throw a disadvantage. Because of my defense thing.
It keeps stopping to... it's not rolling at this point. I don't know why. I rolled the first time and it's like... Oh. I had some Sirenscape integration, and apparently something is expired and it doesn't have the key for my Sirenscape account anymore. I guess because maybe it's the first time it's triggered it on the new computer. I don't know. But it's not, I think it might be interrupting with me rolling on Kai. Okay, let me just roll in the chat. Which is like the second roll for the disadvantage. Does a 15 hit you, Kai?
How would I...
Oh, no, wait. I rolled a 15, so I rolled the same thing as before. So does a dirty 20 hit you?
Well, my AC's 12.
So, yeah.
So it does hit you. All right. So even with the disadvantage, the rider rolled the same thing. And in their barrel roll, they throw in rapid succession 3 spears at you, Kai. Doing... doing a total of 21 damage.
Right.
And then the flying beast whooshes past you. And they're still up in the air, but like on the other side of just above the girders of the bridge. Yelena, it's your turn.
So everybody, they're all still flying, right? They've not alighted onto the
They're
bridge?
all still flying. Nobody has commando drop to the bridge. They're about 30 feet in the air.
What's ahead of us on the bridge? Is there like a area to...
To your left is the other side of the bridge. The map isn't like really super representative other than like I slapped a railroad track on top of it. There is a body about of a fallen kobold about 20-30 feet to your left. And it's still about 120 feet to the other side of the bridge. And that's the closest there is any kind of cover from the mountain peaks, as it's been carved into to make way for the path leading towards Fort Orlbar.
I kind of want to do something ridiculous.
Do something ridiculous.
Go for it.
Fill us with ridicule.
Fog cloud at second level, so 40-foot radius fog cloud for all of us on the bridge, and we'll just move along with. I'm assuming it can move with us.
I don't know. What does it say? Is it stuck in place, or does it say you can move the fog cloud? I can look up the spell if it doesn't give it on.
Centered on a point within range, sphere spreads around cornered areas, heavily obscures, lasts for the duration until wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it. So it doesn't really say.
Okay, so that sounds like it is. If it doesn't have something like on as a bonus action, you can move the location of the fog cloud. I think it is stagnant, so you choose like where you want to place the 40-foot sphere accordingly to your strategic advantage.
Cool. All right.
And let's say it'll cover, like, if you put it where it starts right where you are now, extending toward the other side of the bridge, you can cover like half of the space between where you are now and the other side of the bridge to give cover over all that area.
Yeah, I think let's play with that, see what happens. So how do I get this?
Circle is holding down what? Is it the shift or is it control? It's control.
So control them what? My control's the volume. Okay. There we go.
Wow, that's massive.
Fog cloud.
Are we going to the left or to the right?
I think
to the left is the towards the fort, and to the right is the way you came.
Okay.
All right, so I say to everybody, just go forward, because I'm assuming we really can't see inside of it.
Follow the tracks. Follow the tracks forward. But
Alrighty.
you are now under. Does it specifically say in the spell? Is this full cover?
Let me see. Radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. Sphere spreads around corners. Area is heavily obscured.
Heavily obscured. I'm going to treat that as full covered.
All right.
I think the last time we did a fog cloud, I just treated disadvantage. But if it's full cover, it's -5 to hit anything within the fog, and to target things outside the fog without like Peakspan.
Do we have to wait for our next turn to be able to move?
Yes, though.
Right.
I didn't prompt you about moving at the end of your previous turns.
Yeah.
So if you and Terrell would like to elect to move,
I think I would.
I
Yeah,
guess that's possible.
I guess all of us will move forward. Or
All right. Well, I'm really annoyed that I've just realised I've got a bonus action I could have used to do some extra damage, but I think that's a bit too cheeky.
That's a little cheeky
So,
at this point.
Then
But I am letting you like retro move though.
I'll do that.
like you elected to run away earlier.
We all went at the same time. Boom.
And we forgot to tell Jomont that we were moving. Just left
Well,
him
I
there.
mean, you've said like follow the tracks, move. I mean, and the fog comes up. So I think he's. I mean, sometimes he's a bit of a flake, but I think he's caught on. So he'll move when it is his turn. Finally, in the attack order.
Okay.
Okay. Now that was your main action. Are there any bonus actions you are interested in doing, Yelena?
not right now.
Okay. So, given this cunning strategy on the part of Yelena, obscuring the location of everybody within a fog cloud, The next rider who has a chance to attack is kind of sad.
I love it.
Because his target of Kai, who he would love to throw some spears at, has just been obscured by the rolling fog. So he alters his plans and flies to the edge of the fog. And he chucks a bomb in the direction of where he thinks you might be. And while this would normally be like a saving throw, I'm going to roll an attack roll with -5 for the cover to see if it lands centered on Kai.
It would still be rolled at disadvantage as well. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Sure. Oh, so I've turned on the disadvantage and I've turned on the -5 buttons. So he's got to roll a 17 or higher twice in order to hit. Ha 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 ha. But I'm also going to say that if he rolls higher than a 12 twice, he's going to hit Jomont.
Okay.
So that is a miss, but I dropped a 15, which means the bomb does hit Jomont, but it misses all of you in its area of effect.
No, I see, because he's missed us. He's gone somewhere else, and it's
Yeah,
hit him.
it's gone somewhere else, and he rolled high enough. It didn't quite miss you with the 15. It missed you with the 15. You needed a 17 to land on target, but it still landed. It just landed close enough to Jomont to kaboom him a little.
All right, so you said bombs, so these are spears with things attached to them, yeah?
It's actually a bomb. He's not checking his spear. It rolled like a spear because I was like doing like a range throw and kind of making that up. Because normally there wouldn't be like a I did a roll because of the fog cloud, basically. Normally it'd be like a fireball kind of situation where you just roll the save. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I added an extra check. So now Jomont's going to have to do a dexterity saving throw to see if he takes full or half damage. And he does save, so he takes half damage. So that would be 12. And in the fog, you don't see it, but you hear a grunt from Lord Jomont, but nothing else. Just a stoic grunt, like he takes it. It's Jomont's turn. He can't see anything, so he's not going to risk doing any kind of attack. He's just going to buckle down, shaking off the flames, rushing forward, and he's going to dash in the direction of what you called his instructions, feeling along the rails of the bridge.
He's gonna run right into me, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. Wait, let me do another dexterity saving throw. See if he runs into you. Nah, he doesn't run into you. Or like just as you think he's gonna, you hear him running up behind you, and just as you're like ready to go out, like oi, right in front of you, he seems to sense, like, hear the motion of your own movement, and he veers around and moves like slightly in front of you.
Okay.
So he's made up the distance he was behind. Now Jomont is in the front of all of you. But he hasn't done anything to effectively murder anything chasing you either. The third rider follows in the footsteps of its comrade and is going to attempt to firebomb you as well. Again, I'm doing the -5 and disadvantage. Oh, man. Okay. A total miss because one of the rolls was a 3, which would have been like an 8. But I dropped a natural 20. Curse you, Terrell.
Sorry.
Curses, curses. But that was the third rider. We are back to the top of the order and back to Kai. Kai, you're in a cloud of fog. And people are yelling at you to run forward along the rails.
So we can't see them, yeah? They can't see us, we can't see them,
fog. You see fog.
Fog. Okie dokes. I should run
that's
forward then.
the disadvantage here.
It's like you can sense like the physical presence right next to you of Terrell and Yelena when you start up, because you're all like in a little bit of a huddle as you're like running, moving along in the fog, running.
Right.
The three of you are together.
Right. Well, I've run along the edge of the track in a straight line, so I think that's it. I shan't waste a spell trying
All
to
right.
get
You're
anything.
still in the fog, running along.
Yeah.
Terrell.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay, likewise. You run. Roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you run into Jomont.
Okay.
Need a 13.
What the chuff with that? Hang on. Let me go the other way. Saves, dex. Ooh.
All right. You managed to do the same thing that Jomont did, running, but just as you are about to slam into his back and possibly knock him prone, you catch you pick up the sound of, the squeaking armor that you're oh so familiar with. It is difficult in moving stealthily in any situation, and you realize that Jomont's right in front of you, and you veer around him and manage to avoid running into your associate in the fog.
Okay.
Where'd you
I'm gonna
disappear to?
Where did I what, sorry?
I don't see your... Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
Right,
far
yes.
left. I've jumped out of the cloud. I'm going to distract him. I'm going to rely on my teammates to save me.
Okay, so you're out of the fog cloud at this point. But the
Yep,
column is such that you are obscured, fortunately, from the vision of anything, even though you're outside of the fog cloud. You can't see
All
them
right.
still either, because
Until they come round, sort
you're
of thing.
out of it. You can see your surroundings, but there's still a fog cloud rising up. What is it, 40 feet?
Yep.
That is blocking your view of anything, because they're only about 30 feet above the bridge.
Okay. And then I'm going to wait here for everyone running past me.
Okay. Do you shout anything?
I mean, like I say, I'm going to bang on my shield
Okay.
to attract their attention.
All right. So you bang on your shield. I'm going to roll a perception check for the creature to see if they can follow the sound of you banging on your shield. But I'm rolling like crap now, so they aren't able to track that sound from any other sound in the Fraka. And they're going to still try to go for... They're going to try to go for where they last knew that Kai was. Which means if they successfully land, the only person they're going to hit is Yelena, because she's the only one that's still remotely close.
Shit,
to where,
sorry.
To where Kai was, and they have no idea otherwise where you might be.
So, because you're not going to roll with disadvantage anymore.
but it's still going to be -5 because of the fog. And I'm going to roll... I'm still going to roll against Kai, because like I'm just looking to see if I hit the point. Or, wait, what's your armor class, Yelena?
1 second.
Because I was going to... arbitrarily, I would make the DC 15.
14, and that would do it.
But 14? This is me losing my mind temporarily. Oh, I'm clicked on the wrong thing. Never mind. Okay, the firebomb hits. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
All right, that's a failure. So, kaboom, all around you, there's a burst of flames surrounding you. And for a split second, the fog is sort of replaced by a crackling of flames. And the smoke swooshes around you and intermixes with the kind of exhaust of this brief immolation that has engulfed you. You take... You take 13 points of damage? Wait. Yeah, you take 13 points of damage. You only really take like 12 of those. I'm not sure why you have concentration up. Oh, it's the fog cloud, but you succeeded.
Yeah.
So the fog cloud stays in place, and as the flames kind of dissipate, they're overwhelmed and overtaken by this fog again. But you do take 12 damage, I think. 1 point was the Socks of the Well-Rested that absorbed 1 point of that 13 damage. So looking at you, you should only have 12. Oh, wait, no, there's more. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. It was 16 damage, so it was -1 of that, so 15 is correct.
Sorry.
See, that's not your fault. That's just action order.
Yep.
But it is... I'm going to have them move a little bit. Actually... I'm having it move around the side, and they can just make out Terrell in the distance around the fog cloud. But that's the end of his turn, and it is Helena's turn now.
Yeah, I'm just going to dash. So that's 70 feet. How do I do that?
That
again?
would put you... I mean, what sucks is this map is not totally to scale. So technically, you still have about 50 feet left of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the next time you move, if you, like, dash, you will reach the other side.
Okay.
But you'll be, like, you can put yourself, like, around where Terrell is.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so that's it from me.
Okay.
I'm assuming did you want me to roll to make sure I didn't run into anybody? I guess I should have checked that.
Yeah,
first.
do a dex. Now that you mentioned it,
Probably should, yeah, I think
do
that's
a
not
dexterity
fair.
saving throw to see if you run down Kai.
Because he's a scrawny little bugger, you'd just trample
You
him.
could run him over, knock him over,
Yeah.
No problem.
but no problem. No,
I jump over him.
you've run blindfolded through the woods. This is not a problem. It's your fog cloud. In fact, you have enough control of your fog cloud, you can kind of like dissipate a little teeny path right in front of you if you want to. Just enough for you to move through it, and then have it like close up again. Like a little parting of the fog, and then closing the part of the fog right behind you. Just in the space that you're in, so like from overhead, there's like no giveaway of your location. It's only like inside the fog cloud that you've moved anything around.
Yeah, I
And-
don't know if solved problems for us because I think we're just delaying the inevitable, but I was trying to see if we could sneak away.
It's giving you cover, and like ahead, like 50 feet ahead, where you see that the track resumes, it is one, you see that the path into the further into the mountain is a sharp bend. You can't fully see the path ahead. However, it is carved into the mountain peak so that there is a high wall of stone by at least 20 feet on either side of the track that will act as natural cover.
Nice.
But this next group, they're going to uselessly throw a firebomb that doesn't hit anything because they don't know where you are anymore and they're still targeting that previous spot that no one is in anymore. But it's going to move around the side a little. And they can just like kind of make out Terrell faintly. I'm going to say they're like a little bit more covered by the landscape, but it's partial cover now rather than full cover. Lord Jomont dashes. But when he escapes the fog cloud, hey, Terrell's out of the fog cloud, so there's no chance that he's going to run into anybody. He's still like, well, I've kind of lost track of like where he would be in relation to you guys, because you guys dashed after he dashed, so you're probably like 20, 30 feet ahead of him still. But he's out of the fog cloud area now. But close enough to the fog cloud that he's under partial cover for both sets of flying riders now. Not quite as out into the open because he's a little bit behind you at this point.
Uh-huh.
And then this last set of riders, they fly straight on into the fog cloud without taking any other actions. Which puts us back to Kai. And you dashed your last turn, right, Kai?
Me? Dash? No.
Oh, you didn't dash? Okay.
No. Should I?
I was just thinking you're so far behind. I was trying to remember why you're so far behind everybody else.
Because I didn't dash. I didn't dash.
Okay.
But I am going to move.
You like poke your head out of the fog cloud?
Yeah, I'm going to hold my action so I can attack when I can see something.
Okay. I mean, peering to your left, if you peer to your left, you see like a partial covered a flying creature and its rider. You hear the flap of wings behind you.
But I can't see him really to hit him with anything.
You'd have to step forward one square to be able to see them for a full attack.
Oh.
Right now, you would be at -2 to hit.
Yeah. Move forward. Yeah, I'll move forward a square and aim something at them.
Okay.
Are we talking about the ones at the bottom or the ones at the top?
The ones at the bottom.
Bottom. Okay. Right. Oh, do you know, I'm having right trouble deciding what to throw at them.
Plethora of choices.
I know.
Too many spells and they all go boom.
Right. Okay, let's do magic missile then.
Alrighty.
So that's
That
3.
automatically hits your target.
Yeah, three thingies, isn't it?
If you cast at level 1. Like 3 little missiles going poop 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 in your target, though you can choose multiple targets if you wish.
Someone's unconscious.
So, after your second magic missile, the flying creature is slain. And it
Hey.
suddenly goes limp in the air, its wings collapse, and you hear a little like as the flying creature begins to plummet down to the chasm below. As a reaction, its rider tries to shoot out like a batarang or a
Grappling hook.
a grappling hook to catch
Yeah.
on the side of the bridge. But let me see. Do a dexterity saving throw. It's like 17. No
Bye.
good. The grappling hook misses, and the rider plummets down behind its flying creature. So they are no longer in the mix.
Yay.
Was it about 4 squares you move forward? So you could move another couple, couldn't you then, if you've got 30 foot?
I was just thinking about going back into the fog cloud.
You could.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What about a third bolt then? So could she fire that randomly at the ones
She
that
could
she
throw
can hear
the
in the
third
cloud?
missile at a target, like where she is. Magic missile automatically hits. You're aware of the other creatures to the north, not the one in the fog cloud, but like unidentified 3 things. You know where they are enough. You could do a magic missile against them, and it says magic missile auto hits. So you don't have to worry about the
Okay.
penalty.
Nah.
Hey, it's better than no.
2 damage, but you don't take any other creatures out that you know of. But still, you've taught some of your foes a lesson. Terrell,
Yeah, I can't do it.
you see that Kai has dropped one of the flying creatures and its rider. There is another one that you've picked up that's partially obscured to the northeast.
Yeah, I haven't got any ranged weapons anymore. Well, apart from a shield, but that's a 30 foot. So
No
it's-
javelins or anything? Well, I guess javelins might be out of range.
Yeah, I'm out of javelins. I need to pick up some more.
You got a
Failure
shield.
on
What's the
my
range on your
part.
shield?
30 foot.
Oh yeah, that's out of range. Okay, so what do you want to do? You can, if you dash, you will make it to the other side, and you will be like within the shelter of the cliffs.
Yeah, I want to get everyone else to get past me first.
All right. Well, you can take dodge as an action. So
don't
the
have
attacks
dodge.
against that's a standard action.
All right. Okay.
That you would take. You can take instead of attack, and makes attacks against you at disadvantage, or you can hold an action if you want.
I think I'll hold and see if Elk comes within range to attack.
Okay. And what kind of like within range are you looking for? Are you looking for something that comes within the melee range, or are you looking for something that comes within range of your shield?
I mean, I'd go with shield. I think that's more
Okay,
likely.
so if something comes within range of your shield, you're gonna chuck it at him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yelena. You see to the northeast a flying creature and its rider under partial cover.
All right.
Which is -2 to hit. But you
I'll
can
give it a
shoot
shot.
at them, or you can like move forward and maybe see if you get a better vantage point. I don't know.
Yeah, let me move forward. What is it? 6 feet? Or not 6 feet? Blah, blah. Where's my movement? 35 feet. Where should I move, if anywhere?
I'm guessing Bonnie means north, so that you've
Moving
got a better.
moving a little bit further north. You can move a little
I
bit
see,
more
gotcha,
west
sorry.
as well. And that would probably, and I'd say that would take away the -2 to hit, but that also
Alright.
gives them like clear visual on you.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, gonna shoot the flying thing.
Okay.
Let me.
Let me move it. So it's not covered as much by the circle. All right.
Nice.
Dirty 20 hits.
There we go.
And you
Oh.
drop a second flying creature. Here again, the rider tries to do a grappling hook to see if it catches onto the bridge and save itself. But what, DC 15 for it to do such in the dexterity saving throw? And it also fails, so you're and it crashes. You're after several seconds, there's like a little splash kerthunk as you hear the sound of the rider's body bouncing off the rocks before it tips into the river flow below.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder at Yelena and say, "Is it worth dropping that cloud? And we'll just take out the last lot."
I like it. Yep. So I drop it.
Okay. I yell at Kai, "Run!"
The fog cloud dissipates, and you see one flying creature and its rider's dead center kind of swooping right down the line of the tracks in your direction. And you also see like it takes a quick glance left, right, doesn't see any of its associates, and there's like this moment of indecision on its features as it realizes things have not gone very well for them. You can move any if you want to, Yelena, because I think you still have like maybe 10 feet of movement to move closer to the chasm.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So let's just say I'm putting you guys on the edge. You're on the edge of the map here, but like you and Terrell are at a point where you're within like 20 feet of like ducking into the other side where the chasm of the path continues. Whereas Jomont and Kai are still more like 50, 60 feet away. Jomont pulls out a longbow, and he takes and flies an arrow at the flying creature. Misses.
Ooh, that was almost a 20.
Misses, and you hear a curse.
Uh,
But he only gets the one shot. He continues moving towards the other side. And kind of like catches up with where you are, Terrell. We're on the last the last creature, flying creature, and rider. It attempts to firebomb, and this time, because the cloud has dissipated, it's not going to miss. But it's like a 15, like when the bomb lands, you see it's like a miniature fireball. It's only like a 15-foot radius. So actually, when it targets Kai, it doesn't target anybody else. So Kai, make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, 10 is not enough. So there's a kaboom around you, Kai, and you take 20 fire damage.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm feeling like, well, maybe I should have held that up a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm just saying. How have you taken so much damage? How are you down 55?
I'm a wizard. I don't have any armor.
And as it drops like the firebomb on the wizard that really put them in pretty bad shape, you see the rider pull up and the creature flies up straight in the air, and it looks like it's getting ready to turn around and start abandoning the scene. So it goes up now it's about 50 feet in the air, and it's a little bit off this way. But we're back to Kai. Kai, smoke rising from your robes, but it's magical, so you're like not quite sure. Maybe it's your hair that's singed a little bit. There's definitely that smell of burnt hair in the air.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do lightning bolt at them two. Should get both of them.
Right. They have to make a saving throw? A dexterity saving throw? Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to roll on them?
Yeah. Do you know, I've forgotten how to bloody target out. Hang on a minute.
This time it's been a whole, at least like half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not right.
Yeah, and everybody I'm sure is ready for their little adventurers break.
Yeah.
So hurry up and remember, Kai.
Ah, there we go. Got it. Fucking hell.
You're doing better than me. All right, so they fail their saving throw.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh my
Boom.
word!
So,
Nice.
Kai, feeling that you've been dumped on a little bit by these creatures and their flying riders, unleash a torrent of lightning energy and zap these last creatures that are assaulting you, and another flying creature plummets below, and its rider is too shocked to try to react, and it just falls after. And here again, after a while, you hear, and as it falls, it's close enough to the bridge that you see it's like a Titanic move where it like bonks against the metal of the bridge as it falls, and it's like, ooh, that probably hurt some. And both bodies are like falling limp the last you saw them. And your assault is complete. The coast is clear.
Lovely. I need some health now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Kai and cast
And-
Cure Wounds at second level.
And as you all collect yourselves on the other side of this suspended bridge, we're going to take a little adventurous break, and you can, gather yourselves as everyone, except for Terrell, felt that encounter. Right, so you guys,
Can I just check? Is my spellcasting modifier my charisma +3?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, then Rich, you can give yourself 19 hit points back.
19 hit points.
Lord Jomont, he's going to use Second Wind. No, wait, that's not what he's doing. He is doing second wind, but I had the wrong description down for that. I think he gets to heal himself for 1d8 plus his doohickey. Okay, little adventures break. I'll figure it out during the break.
All right.
Okay. Back
Alright,
in a minute.
All right, back in a few. Hello.
I'm back.
Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Is everyone physically, if not emotionally, prepared?
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty then. In that case, let's resume some playing. So you've all reached the other side of the bridge.
Sorry, 2 ticks.
Okay.
Somebody's just knocked at the door.
They better have pizza.
No, Amazon delivery.
Oh. They better have pizza. Tell me when it is safe.
It is safe.
Sorry, mistakenly clicked on 10
Okay.
o'clock today instead of tomorrow.
That's okay. That reminds me, though, I need to check and see if my thing has arrived. I have a UPS thing coming, but between 1 and 5, and but like they're usually good about leaving it, and because they have the entry code to the building.
That's not bad.
So you've reached the other side of the bridge. Some of you a bit worse for wear from your encounter. Terrell unscathed. You see Lord Jomont, once he reaches the other side, he mutters, "It had to be fire." But he shakes it off a little, and he uses second wind to heal 1d10 plus 4 damage, and I rolled a 10 on that, so he is now unscathed. So on the other side of the bridge, you see that metal trucks continue, winding maybe another 1,000 feet. The path rises sharply in this kind of sheltered chasm hewn into the stone of the mountain. And then it turns, the way forward obscured by the bend in the path. What are you guys doing at this point? Catching your breath?
Yeah, Kai's gonna take a potion of greater healing
Okay.
to get 20 hit points back. I think that gives me. Does it?
I think you can roll for it.
Right, that's me then. I thought we just got max healing back.
What do I roll? 4d4.
I can't remember. Did we agree on something? I can't remember. It's been too long and we're old.
I don't know.
No, I don't. I thought for some reason you'd said we just automatically get whatever the max is of the
You
healing.
know
'cause we
what?
haven't got it
You know
dedicated.
what? That sounds familiar to me, and I think that's fair. Especially considering
Okay.
you guys... I think I probably said that because you don't have any, like, full healing power. You're going off your baby cure wounds and stuff. So, yeah. Is it greater healing?
Yes, greater healing. So
Is-
I've given myself 20
Is
hit
that
points
20?
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
4 times 4 plus 4.
So you're
And,
slightly
now-
singed.
Yes. No longer slightly singed.
Yelena, are you interested in any healing?
I'm down 15.
Is there any healing do you have any potions or anything that you would
have
like to imbibe? And are you guys going to engage in a short rest, or are you just taking just long enough to drink potions before moving forward?
What does a short rest do again? I don't
It's an
think I get all
hour.
back.
You take an hour. Some abilities
Does it
would
give
recharge, and Kai would recharge 5 levels worth of spells if he took Arcane Recovery.
Yeah, it looks like I've got a potion of superior healing, which I think is not worth using.
That would dwarf the 15 points of damage you have
exactly.
currently.
I think either I'll just wait for a rest, or we can do a short rest, or
Because I
whatever.
think superior would be something like 30 to 40 hit points.
Yeah.
I can do two. I can do 2 lay on hands and give you 10 back.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'll change your wounds unless you're going to drag it to her. I didn't change anything, so let me just change her to 5.
All right, and I'll do that for Kai as well. So take Kai down
Down
to
to
6.
6. Okay. So you're patched up health-wise. Now, during a short rest, you could also spend like a hit die. And because of Yelena's Socks of the Well-Rested, you would get an extra, I think, D6 or something. Look at or a D8, I can't remember, an extra hit die of healing if you took 1 hit die of healing during the short rest. But you'd have to check the description to like reinforce. That's the other thing. If you take a short rest, you can use your hit die for some healing of damage.
Let's see, sucks.
As well as Kai could recover some spell power.
Should we do a short rest just in case? Yeah.
I mean, it's worth it for you to get
one
your
free
back
hit
as well.
die. You could cover 1 free hit die roll of temporary HP during a short and long rest.
So, okay. I'm looking at it now because I'm like, how does your item work?
Yeah.
While they're resting, where's the other dwarf body that we saw on the bridge?
Well, the dwarf body was the first one you encountered, and then the second body was a kobold.
Oh, the kobold, right.
And from the course of like your encounter, you're pretty sure the riders were also kobolds in your encounter because the armor was similar and the size of their body and the squawking sounds that they made as they plummeted to their deaths and as they were like set on fire and electrocuted or drenched in acid. These sounds were all very koboldy to you.
Okay.
Right, so how many spell slots do I get back during a short rest? Do I get all of them back?
No. You get up to 5 levels. So, and that's because normally it's 4, like half of your level rounded up, but you have an item that gives you +1 to that, I think. Or maybe it's either an item you're carrying or it's because you're an evocation wizard. I can't remember which. But so it's total of 5 levels, which means you can like either get your fireball and something else, or your vitriolic spear and something else, or your lightning bolt and something else, like either a level 3 or a level 4 slot plus like a level 1 or level 2.
All right, so I just get 1, 3, or 4. All right, I'll get one of my 3s.
Yeah,
back
so
then.
whatever slots you get back from Arcane Recovery add up to 5 max.
Okay.
And you get that like once per long rest. Or, so you get to do that once at this point. So if you short rest again, you can't do it next time. But long rest will recharge your ability to do Arcane Recovery. Now, back to like the resting for the socks. Okay, what it is you have to, I think you get 1 free hit die roll of healing without spending of the hit die that you have. So you have 5 damage left, so you can roll a d8, and if you get more than 5, that becomes temporary hit points.
Yeah, and it says like, so the next, we can't stack it, so that makes sense.
Yeah, like this will recharge if you take a long rest.
Do I just roll a d8?
Roll a d8, yeah. So you hit. You can still spend a hit die to heal another d8. was just for
Yeah.
free, but you can
was-
on your
yeah.
on your cover page on your main page, you can drag one of those hit dice doohickeys where it has like a D8 in a box that says HD. You can drag that to yourself and use one of those hit dice to heal yourself further. And those recharge every long rest.
That didn't work.
Do you want me to?
Yeah. That wasn't working.
Okay, that didn't work for me either. Let me roll it in the box and let's see what happens. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, was rolling it to chat. I mean, derp. But I rolled well enough for you that you don't need to risk like maybe doing another one. But it did. Since it wasn't from the Socks of the Well Rested, that one extra point got swallowed rather than getting applied
Okay.
as temporary.
That's fine.
Okay. So, Kai, you can also roll hit dice on yourself if you want to top off that 6 hit points.
Sure.
So that's just rolling the die that's in the HD box on the main page of your character sheet in the chat box, and it'll apply the healing to you.
What, like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
ow.
you rolled a 6. So you're good. Everybody's bright and shiny again.
Yeah.
Now, what spell slots did you choose to recover, Kai?
Just a level 3 slot, a fireball. Because I used 2 level 3s and 1 level 4. Yeah.
And you used a magic missile, so there's probably should be a level 1 in there.
Magic missile. Oh yeah, level 1 as well. Yeah, I forgot to tick
so
that.
you can get that
so-
level 1 back.
Right, okie dokes.
You forgot to tick it off, is what
I
I
did. I thought it was a
Oopsie.
cantrip. Oops.
Alrighty. Alright, so you've all taken like an hour to kind of rest, recover, using the stone surroundings as a form of shelter while you bind your wounds and rest up your magic and kind of gird yourself as you forge ahead. The sun is starting to tip, where it's going to start getting low in the sky. And you think you have maybe an hour before it's really going to be dusk. The path, like I said before, winds for another 1,000 feet and then bends sharply, and it's been going at a sharp incline as it traverses up into the mountains.
Should we carry on? I want to say, are we going to be able to reach the fort before night? Let's try and get as close as we can.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right. You trek forward?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Marching forward, you travel for about 5 minutes following this path, and then you hit the bend, and as it sharply kind of doglegs to the right around the bend, you start to hear kind of like the sound of mechanical works in the distance beyond a little bit, but there's an obstruction in the way forward, crossing your path, crossing the road or the track. It's another body, but this one is the body of a fallen stone giant. Because of its size, it's somewhat blocking your way forward. You would have to climb over and through the limbs of this fallen giant to get over it, to continue forward. There are signs of fallen boulders, and your view is somewhat obstructed by the tall outcroppings of rock. But, you know, in the crook of an arm, as it's kind of dangling limp against the ground and track, you can see in the distance an enormous metal hatch to the north, maybe 200 feet away, built into a platform mounted with several metal ballista or cannons of some sort. This enormous metal hatch is closed, and the ballista do not have anyone obviously operating them. You see, in this rock facing, a few other huge metal panels kind of bolted into the side of the mountain. There's also some reinforced piping, but yet again, your view from where you are standing on the ground is a little bit obstructed.
There won't be 5 panels, would there?
There's more than 5 panels,
Okay.
and they are interspersed throughout this kind of, I wouldn't say a clearing, because there are rocks and kind of like choppy peaks of stone throughout, but it is kind of like a rounded kind of arena that has obviously been landscaped into the stone here, with different metal features in addition to the large hatch. And I will share a picture, a map, a thing for visuals. So you should be able to see ballista. The hatch is, I'll mark it with a little boohickey, just in case it's not obvious. So there's various platforms and metal outcroppings. You also see that across this opening, that it's like 200-300 feet across, but there is a track that continues off the other side to the northwest, further into the mountains.
Okay. Does the hatch look like a doorway, an entrance type hatch thing?
Yeah. You don't see any kind of obvious like knob or knocker on it. Like certain features of a door that you're familiar with. And it's all made out of metal, so it's a bit strange to you.
Okay.
As is these, the ballista, you know, you're used to ballista and cannon-like things being made out of stone and wood. And this is the first time that you've seen something that is out of metal, but like the structure of it is similar enough that it's clear that it is some kind of cannon or gun kind of thing. But there's something a little bit alien about them.
Okay.
Like the style of it is a bit different to you.
So we don't see anybody in this area then?
Make a perception check.
No.
Well, back to normal. Me shit. Yelena good.
All right. Yelena, as you look around, as all of you look around, you do not pick out anybody in the area physically, except for the fallen stone giant in front of you. And I'll say that, like, Yelena, the reason why you got a better vantage point than everybody else, because the stone giant is kind of in blocking your view a little bit, is that you popped on, you activated the flying boots temporarily and just kind of raised up maybe like 20 feet off the ground to get a little bit of an aerial view. And what you see is there is some writing, but like runes and stuff etched into the stone and metal of your surroundings. Here you see multiple hatches and an exhaust areas in this location, but like it's more than 5, you'd say, and you can't quite pick out how it works just off of like a glance of like what's what. And I'll say you have like Kai like hand you that note that they found on the dead dwarf, and you look at it again, and now that you're really studying it, you realize that it is in handwriting that you recognize of Moldy Marstein. He was the one who wrote this list down.
Okay. So what... Do I have any idea of what he would have tinkered with that would align with a list like that? What knickknacks did he like besides, flying balloons?
From what you know of Moldy, he was an arcane user. Not exactly like Kai, because you never saw him studying paper, doing a lot of writing, and he never had a spell book. But you saw him cast spells, a lot of them similar to what you've seen Kai do. You also know that he was mechanically inclined, making different machines, and the machines that he made were often along the lines of the ballista that you see in front of the hatch door.
So I'll say, well, maybe that refers to this ballista that's in front of that door over there. That seems to be, I convey that that's something that he would have probably tinkered with.
No,
created.
we could go have a look.
Yeah.
Stone Giant's definitely dead, yeah?
The giant's dead. And then the last thing with like the 19 I'll say is as you glance down from above at the stone giant's body, you see signs of burn marks on this dead giant, as well as it seems like there's limbs that are broken, and just different signs of different elemental damage.
Do we think the ballistas are triggered by movement?
Oh shit. That's not scary at all, is it? Jomont, go out there.
Do you think it's safe? I mean, look, he gestures towards the stone giant. Look at this fellow, and
No,
I would suggest he's a bit hardier than I am. Too
Yeah,
bad none of
let's
us
not do
are beefy enough to just throw the giant out there and see what happens.
I mean, it's a good point, Kai.
Kai starts because he wasn't speaking.
I thought you asked if it was
Yeah.
movement.
Oh,
Yeah, triggered by movement.
oh, I thought like the last one was Jomont saying trouble. We can't throw the giant out there and see what happens.
Um, has anybody got anything we can chuck or use to move the giant?
I mean, I could set off my staff, but I don't really want to kill it. It depends on whether there's a size thing that triggers it, if it is motion sensitive.
Mm.
Oh, according to this, I have got 8 javelin. Why aren't they in my attack? No, never mind.
Are they equipped?
They are now. Shit. Although they're still not showing up on my actions. Never mind, it doesn't matter anyway.
Mm.
So I've got the staff, I've got the cloak of squirrels. That might work. Let me do that.
Call the squirrels up.
Yeah,
All right.
because once the spell ends, they just disappear back into the cloak. So I don't think they can be killed. I think they're not real. So yeah.
Or if they killed, you can. They aren't permanently gone.
Yeah. So I'll do that. I'll call the cloak of squirrels.
So using the power of your cloak of rabid squirrels, you summon forth a frenzied torrent, a swarm of bushy-tailed red squirrels, and they just run around you in a circle.
Right. I can cast speak with animals to tell them where to go, okay?
I think they automatically understand you because of the spell.
All right, then I'm going to ask them to go investigate the hatch and point to it.
Some of the squirrels perk up, and you hear a little like titter, like, and they go racing off. This like little cloud of squirrels go racing off toward the hatch.
Does the ballista do anything?
At first, the ballista does nothing. You don't see, like, when they come into the clearing, ballista does nothing. There's no action. But as soon as the squirrels get within 30 feet of the hatch, you see them bounce back. And a force field becomes visible. And the humming intensifies, thrumming in the air. And a stuttering kind of uncomfortable voice announces over a loudspeaker recording. And it's Moldy Moldstein's voice. Excuse me, maximum security engaged. Please leave the area or suffer defensive measures. You have 30 seconds. Roll initiative.
Oh, crap.
All right. Oh, I need to roll for Lord Jomont. You have 30 seconds. That is 5 rounds in which to do whatever you want to do.
I'm not sure what the hell we want to
Before
do.
whatever happens, happens. God, Jomont with the crappy.
Alright, so we can't get to the hatch because there's a force field.
And I'm going to draw a line where the force field is. And it's like a dome. So it goes 30 feet up over where the hatch is, just like in this little dome circle. 30
Right,
foot
so-
radius, 30 foot up.
Yelena couldn't go over the top and behind it.
Right. She can't go over the wall and down the middle.
Right.
It's like a snow globe of force field.
So, Do we think this list is what they will shoot out, in which order?
Possibly.
Kai, do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or anyone else can maybe do an insight check if you know. But 16 is enough for Kai to think his familiarity with magic, that if these are all like spells, they can all potentially have very different areas of effect. So you're curious how that works.
Okay.
Because, from what Fireball is a big circle, right? And
Yeah.
acid, you're not quite sure. I mean, acid can take many forms. It can be an arrow, it can be a splash, it can be all kinds of other things. And force, I mean, it could be a magic missile, or it could be like, a big kaboom, or it could be like a disintegration or something like that. And a cone of cold, well, it's in the name, it's a cone. And lightning bolt, well, that's like a big straight line.
Very true. So can we tell? Right. So we reckon the ballistas are going to fire these things in that order.
I mean, it's a guess.
And
but...
the areas of all these things as spells that you're familiar with are all smaller than the entire opening area that you see before you.
Yeah. And they're going to come out of the direction the ballistas pointed in, or can the ballistas turn? Do we know?
Well, you don't know. To figure that out would take a closer examination of the ballista, which are unfortunately shielded by a force field at this time.
Yeah, I have got no idea what to suggest.
No.
We could try sticking somewhere in the ballista front end if it's a pipe. I mean, it looks like a tank from here.
Do we want to run away for a minute to see? Assuming it's going to explode or something, and then we come back after it's done.
Could.
How do we get it to?
Lord Jomont has no valuable insight on this situation because he rolled a 3.
Can I quickly see what we think the stone giant was killed by?
Yes, you can do a medicine check on his body. And
Okay.
Lord Jomont will say that the runes that he sees inscribed do not offer any helpful advice on what to do. They are just labels that say Fort Orlbar.
Wow, what all shit. Alright.
So it's lying right there is kind of worrisome to me, so maybe we need to get away from this where we're standing right now.
There's not a ton of insight. However, Terrell, again, it looks to you like this giant did not die recently.
Okay.
You'd say, they've been dead a while. You're not sure if they've been dead as long as the people you saw on the bridge, because the 12's not quite enough for that level of forensic analysis. But again, looking at the body, you see signs of fire and acid and broken limbs.
Okay. So, potentially the ballista's just pelted it. Right, are my squirrels still trying to get through the barrier?
Yes. They're like
What do you
bumping up against the force field.
Right, do we want to back off and see what happens to them?
So it's now been 12 seconds. You have 18 seconds left, like 3 more rounds in which you could act.
I don't know what we would do.
Again, there's several hatches in different areas in front of you. You see one about 30 feet away.
Can we run to
Like
that then?
that's the closest hatch that you see. And you could move there with one set of movement.
Shall we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Are all of you going to move? All of you move forward, or just one of you, or?
Whoa.
Lord,
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if it doesn't open, we can go down because that looks raised. So could we jump down the other side as cover?
Yeah.
Yes, from what you see of it, it is like a kind of like a. There's pipes leading, in one side and out the other, but it's like a raised kind of utility box, like almost like a transformer. And there's like vents on either side of it, but it is about 5-6 feet tall, so it would act as some shelter behind it, assuming that the area behind it is not something that gets targeted by something. You know, at this point, you don't know. Well, actually, I will say from Yelena's perception check earlier that there is she can tell that there is a big scorch mark in the center area, kind of in front of it. That's scorchy in the ground.
Okay.
Like impact in like black, as like the ground has been heated to an intense temperature and then blackened in that process.
All right. Should we run for that hatch and see if we can get in it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jomont also,
Alright.
also right before as you say, okay, let's run for that and check it out. Jomont says, "Are any of you mechanically inclined? What are we going to do to it?
I've got a crowbar.
Just beat it, or are we going to try to?" All right, let's run. So you all run. Let me get a drawing.
So as I run past, I shout to the squirrels, "Run backwards and forwards!"
Now, are you going to get on top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just enough room for all 4 of you to be on top of it.
Okay.
Everybody nicely in place. So it is a panel with a little like grill cover, and you like pound at it a little bit, like with the hilt of your sword, Terrell, and the panel cover pops open, and you see a whole bunch of mechanics and wiring, and what looks like maybe alien circuitry, like strange circuitry, that kind of thing that you have never done anything with before.
Okay.
As a trained soldier, it's just kind of something that's not immediately
Won't make any
obvious what
sense
that's
to me.
for. But again,
So-
Jomont says, are any of you mechanically inclined?
I don't think any of us are we?
Don't think so.
No.
He kind of looks a little bit sheepish. I do have a bit of, well, I've done a little practice with sleight of hand things.
Stop talking. Start doing.
Okay, so you see he pulls out a set of like a pick and a little kind of like a hooked piece of metal to like hold down levers and stuff, and you see him start to fiddle with the mechanics like he's trying to disarm it.
Okay. I'm going to cast guidance on him. So we can roll a d4 and add it to any ability check.
I'm trying to think if a tool check counts as an ability check, but let's do it because it is an ability score kind of thing. Because he's an NPC, this isn't set up really nicely. His modifier is +5. Okay, so he rolled a 17. Sorry, I'm just filled with my my display. I just messed it up. And as he's fiddling with it, he doesn't break his tools. And for a moment, like, it catches on something, and he's like, "Oh, I've almost got it. I think I've," and then it slips, and he's like, I don't have it. This is very intricate. How much time do we have left?"
I'm thinking not long.
It's like, if I had enough time, I could start to get a handle on the mechanics and how they're laid out. These things usually have a pattern. I mean, whoever constructed it probably has a certain way of working, but until I figure out how they do that work, it's going to be tricky. I can keep trying, or do you want to try something else? So you have 2 more rounds.
Okay, well, the only other thing I can think of is we get Kai to zap it with electric and see if that short circuits it.
Do you think?
No, but it's the only other thing I can think of. Open to other suggestions.
Oh, I could acid splash and melt all the wires and stuff.
That'd be the same effect of
Do
zapping it.
make an
Zapping it, yeah.
investigation check. With a 21, you do note, Kai, that it looks like the wiring is coated and insulated. It's not the bare wires. You're not sure if it's protective or not.
Okay.
You're not 100% certain whether or not, it's possible. But it does give you a little bit of pause that there could be defenses. Or not defenses per se, but like these mechanics, given that it's part of defenses, they might have been reinforced for just this kind of situation.
I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Do we not have anything we can use on it?
Just there looking at my inventory.
Yep.
The only thing I can think of is pull out the sending stone and call Handsome and see if like, help. Do you know how to?
Just put that thing for the panel that you're messing with. All right. So, paralysis analysis.
Yeah. Or you can just wait and see what happens.
Okay. While you think of it, it's in the next round. Jomont's going to continue trying to disarm this thing until you guys say do something else. So he's going to let me roll again.
What's that jar of tarry goop that you've got, Kai?
A jar of tarry goop that we picked up from.
Pressure's on, and he whiffs it
place.
again. He's getting nervous. Like, Jomont's feeling the pressure, and you see like a little bit of sweat break out on his brow. He's like, "How much time do we have left?"
6 seconds?
I can try one more time, I think, before we have to retreat.
Okay.
So each of you have like one more chance to make an action before you're going to have to either retreat or like jump behind this pedestal, or retreat back the way you came before whatever happens.
What about if you shout, "What's his face, Mulvey," and see if he's actually, he can hear you. Moldy.
Is he here, or is it just a recording of his voice?
Well, that was a recording,
do
wasn't
an
it?
insight check. To confirm whether or not you think that was recording.
Ooh.
Terrell, you're pretty sure that was recording.
Right. I don't mean he's not around, but so there's no guarantee. Yelena, did you finish your Fast Fingers tome thing?
Did I?
She
That's a good
did.
question.
Doesn't that give you like extra sleight of hand to
Yeah,
pick stuff?
she has sleight of hand. Now, are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Probably not.
What about assisting Buggelugs? Would
So
that work?
you could potentially help and have him. He can roll with advantage.
Okay. I'll
Because
assist.
like your role with thieves' tools, it wouldn't be treated as like you wouldn't get the proficiency even if you are proficient with sleight of hand, because it requires proficiency with these tools to use the thieves' tools.
Yeah, I don't have that.
The tool exception.
Right.
But you could, like, give your advice, given your knowledge of sleight of hand, assist with like trying to suggest how Lord Jomont approaches it, and give him advantage.
Yeah, we'll do that
Okay, so he makes one more attempt.
with advantage.
And with your assistance, and like some encouraging words, but okay, like calm down, take deep breaths, and just follow your instincts. You see him bob, weave, click, and jiggle it a little bit, and then suddenly you hear like a click, and this panel, the humming energy that seemed to be coursing through it, the vibrations that were happening around this immediate panel die down. And he looks up with like a half smile and says, I think I disarmed it. That should also help it going forward. So with a 24, he definitely succeeded in disarming this one particular trap panel. I'm not sure what I disarmed, though. But it's one of...
We don't know what we did, but we did it. Yeah, okay.
I disarmed something. Oh, wait. There's some there's some a little engraving here underneath this panel as I lift it. Okay, it says it's acid. Acid mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 1 of 5.
Are we gonna make a run for it, or are we gonna use this for shelter?
Jump down behind a shelter?
Yeah, kind of thinking so. And see what happens.
Shall we?
I'll risk it for a biscuit. It's up to you if you... I mean, Yelena, you could just go straight up.
I don't know if up is safe.
That's true.
I feel like down and huddled down might be a little bit safer.
Jomont, get your ass down here.
All right. Sorry. Let me delete something. I'm deleting the thing that he dismantled. It was covering him. Oops. I keep forgetting that like I do pointer arrows when I push to talk and move things at the same time. So, this is where things get complicated and weird. Because I'm using Fantasy Grounds features now. So at the 30-second mark, all right, there comes a blast. Can you see anything at this point?
Yes.
Okay, an
red
orange circle, red circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of one of the ballista comes a roaring ball of fire, and you are shielded where you chose to jump from this flame, but it engulfs the entire area, including the panel where Jomont and the three of you were just standing. And you see the flames kind of like whiff overhead, and the fingers of the flames reach just to where you can see them overhead, but you're protected from where you're huddling. And then it subsides.
Okay, so fireball 1.
Yep. So next one should be acid.
Acid.
Now, does that mean we're going to have may recharge after deployment? What does that mean? So does that mean that it won't necessarily have another fireball? It could be it goes through and they don't do it again. We don't know. I take it we don't know which ballista fired.
Let's say you don't see a particular ballista fire. The force field kind of blocks your view as to which mechanics sent it. It's just this ball of fire comes out of the force field and launches and lands. I'm going to put an F where the center of the fireball is. Well, I mean, I guess you can see the circle. I won't take that away. At least for now.
Did I get a sense of how high that went?
It's a normal fireball, so it's like 30-foot radius.
Okay, so if I were able to fly up above that, is there room to
If you were
fly up?
over 30 foot high in the sky, you would have been out of the range of that fireball.
Okay. What else is on this list?
Well, acid's next, and potentially you and Jomont have just dismantled that. So the next one would be force. Or, well, assuming it goes in that order anyway, we've also got Cone of Cold and Lightning Bolt.
Everyone make perception checks. And I will roll for Jomont.
Do we need to get in this place? I'm confused about what we're doing. Or do we just need to bypass it?
Jomont said that this is the fort, and it's a big hatch.
Right, okay.
So
we
you're
do need to
assuming
get
this is the front entrance to the fort, but it does appear to be on lockdown. And there is a path. There is a path like about 50 feet to your northwest that continues moving away further into the mountains.
Right, okay. But that's not like a back way in or anything.
But based off of like the dwarven runes that Jomont read that are etched into the side of the mountain here, he's like, this is Fort Orlbar, so this must be the entrance, the front entrance.
Okay. Okay.
Kai, you're wondering about that. You're like having these thoughts to yourself about, okay, you know how like a lot of times we're wondering if things really are our problem?
Yeah.
Kai's like, so do we really need to go in this door? Is that so urgent? Is it really our problem? Or could we just go somewhere else? Because they're throwing fireballs at us. And usually I like to throw the fireballs at things rather than receive.
Yeah.
But Yelena and Terrell, Yelena You pick out the sight of 2 other hatches that look interesting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that is very close to you, up on like a little wooden platform to the northwest of where you are. And
Yeah,
there's
do we have any sense of, like, is there going to be something firing every 30 seconds, or are we going to get another warning, pre-recorded warning, before the next one shoots?
you don't know.
Mm.
Mhm.
I don't think I can tell you.
Do we want to? Okay, I'll just turn to the team. Do we want to check this out?
Yeah.
I mean, we could. I mean, I could stand with my shield in front to try and provide some cover if it does go off. And Kai, you can stay down here.
Yeah, I'll stay down here.
And then there's another panel that, Yelena, you spot almost like to the north of you. Also out of the range of that fireball that just landed. Now, with a 17 trail, you spot yet another panel. Much farther north, kind of like just to the left of where the force field ends, up on, it's about 10, like a bit of a climb, about 10, 15 feet higher. But you can
Right.
see how it, like, kind of, the opening of the panel kind of folds over to face where you are. So there's 3 possible other panels that you've spotted.
Okay.
And so you can move now. Move and take an action on one of these panels. You can stay where you are. You can just dash somewhere else. But each
All
of you
right.
can make an action.
So we're here because we think we need the dwarves' help to get past the giants that have dammed the river. But you want to investigate potential disappearance of your friend Moldy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was another reason
And
to be up here.
she's identified that she thinks that this was, I mean, it was Moldy's voice, and Moldy's writing on the paper that listed out gave a list of different spell things. So there's some evidence here that maybe Moldy had something to do with the design of this situation.
Hmm. Okay. Shall
So-
we try and get that panel that's marked F?
Could
And
do.
I'll try and shield you.
All right. So you're going to move up to
So I'm going to stand there to try and protect them.
and are you all going to be on the platform, or is like Yelena hovering above?
Kai's
I'll
staying
fly,
where he
fly
is.
up. I'll hover above.
Oh, is Kai staying where you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You're hovering above, Yelena?
Yeah.
Are you gonna help though? Like, are you gonna? What are you gonna do with this panel? Are you gonna have Jomont try to disarm it again, or are you gonna
Yeah,
like
let's
just
try
beat
that
it?
again. I'll do an I mean, I'll get close enough in my hovering to help him out.
Okay. So he's gonna try to disarm this panel. But he does not have any success. It seems like the mechanics are still working after his first attempt. So a few seconds pass, and after about 6 seconds, nothing happens. And you have a chance to make another action or another movement. Or another movement and action.
Then I will cast guidance on
Okay.
Jomont again.
She casts guidance on Jomont. I'm assuming that Yelena's still assisting.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Dude.
So,
Even with the 4, it's not going to be no use.
yeah, he rolled like crap. Even with the D4, it's not going to be enough. But you guys, do you want to move? Or do you want to stay where you are?
I mean, like you say, it depends on if it's 30 seconds between.
And where the next shot's gonna go.
Yeah,
I mean, are we safe?
who knows? We don't know, do we?
Okay. At the top of the next round. Oh, I just realized something here. I had a little icon for where the force field was. Top of the next round, a line of force zaps out from the force field. Everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw who is in the line of that, which I think is everybody but Kai.
Okay. Me standing there with a shield doesn't help them too?
You do give your paladin bonuses. Isn't it, what is it, +3 or what is it?
I've got no idea what. Oh, my
You're-
proficient. No, that's me.
It's
no.
your, like, something like your divine paladin aura gives like your proficiency bonus or your charisma bonus or something to people within.
Well, my proficiency bonus is +3, and my charisma thing is +3. So
I'd say like
maybe.
I'd say everybody like technically is like within the 10 feet of you.
Right. So that gets Yelena. I don't know if it hits Jomont.
Okay, Yelena totally saves. Terrell, you do not save. And Jomont. He just saves with your aura. So a bolt of force comes out and it strikes you, Terrell, because you are busy trying to shield everyone else. And it does 3d8 damage to you. So you suffer 18 force damage. From the blast of force that comes out of the force field. And then it dissipates.
Right. So
but-
that was like 12 seconds before it came out.
Jomont and Yelena were able to jump out of the way of the beam before it made it past your defenses. You have time to make another action. Though I just realized what time it is.
Yeah, I am. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
let me mark that as...
Do I have any sense if, like, Handsome might know how to disarm this stuff? That's the only thing I can do is call a lifeline here on the sending stone.
You rack your brains. I'm going to say you rack your brains, and out of the people you know... I mean, Handsome does have some talents with a lot of things. He's kind of a jack of all trades, but you don't know him specifically to be particularly skilled with traps. The only other person you know of who's good at that kind of stuff, who's known to carry around thieves' tools, is Terry back with Caravan, and maybe the artificer that you met in Zelbras. Maybe those people who were in the caravan. That woman and her uncle. But you're not sure that Handsome necessarily knows how to do something. Maybe he knows somebody though, but in the moment, how long is it going to take for somebody to get here where you are right now?
Right, exactly. But I could call.
You could call and see what he could do about things.
Yeah, let me do that. Just give him a call and say, hey.
You pull out the sending stone. What do you say? You have like 25 words.
Oh, God.
Paralysis! But like, what? Trying to get into Orlbar bar? Unlike me, don't say Orlbar 3 times. What? Traps bad? Help? Wait, are you still there, Kim?
Oh, sorry, shit. Yeah, I God, I was doing good. My finger off the controller.
Okay, because I was like, silence.
Sorry. So I'm sitting here counting. So it's like, okay, do I need to do all that again?
Yeah, but I mean, what did you say? Or generalized,
Okay.
what did you say?
Generally, I said, hey, we're here at the mountain entrance. It's booby trapped. We're trying to get to Orlbar. Who is nearby that could possibly help us?
All right.
Sincerely, Elena.
There's a little bit of a pause. Actually, it takes long enough that before you hear a reply, another it's been more than 6 seconds for him to reply, so something else deploys. And it's like a cone of cold, and this one manages to, you're all in the range of it again, except for Kai.
Okay, if we survive this, we need to go down where Kai is sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody make a Constitution saving throw, except for Kai.
Come on.
It's like a big pain making saving throws for NPCs. Didn't roll, but that would have been an... It didn't roll in the box, but it would have been an 18. Son of a bitch! Alright. Who else failed? Yolanda failed. Terrell failed. Okay, so all of you take 68 cold damage. Boy, does life suck. So let me roll 68. So everybody takes 29 cold damage as you are blasted with chilling air with chunks of ice in.
So I say to everybody, let's get down there. Where Kai is.
Yep. Where Kai is. Everybody leaps down to where Kai is. And as you leap down to where Kai is, Handsome's voice returns. And he's like, hold tight. I've got someone on it. Try not to die. And that's where we'll end this session.
Fabulous.
All right.
Okie dokie.
I'm sorry that went so long. I didn't quite think that would take quite as long.
You should know.
Oh, it's
know
us,
better.
And
Bonnie.
I know.
I know.
2 hours to get across the bridge.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it, but I thought maybe we would maybe progress further with this, But hey, you've learned a lot about these traps here.
Yep.
Like where they are, where they aren't. It's just stopping them from killing you. That seems to be the trouble. I think there was something I was gonna comment that I think it was a really good idea that you cast that fog cloud. I think that really protected you a lot in general from taking damage. Even though Kai kind of got it at one point pretty heavily. I mean, that was at the up front.
Yeah.
That he got.
And we dropped it a little too soon. It was like, oh,
yeah.
That he got barraged. But all in all, I think that protected you from a lot of assault. And Kai really seriously damaged everything at the onset too. So I think that was a pretty good strategy.
Cool. I don't have any. Yeah, I was looking. It's like I don't have any good, broad range weaponry. Multi-target.
Yeah.
Like fireball or anything. It's
you
like,
shoot
this is the best you can do.
You shoot a couple arrows. I think you have a barrage of arrows or something.
Yeah, I've got
maybe.
Hail of Thorns, which is everybody had to be within 5 feet. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
wasn't really going to help.
They weren't quite clustered enough for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next time I have that we potentially play is August 16th.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, we're at Pride. I think
I'm open. So if there's a different weekend in August.
we can't do the 16th or the 23rd, but we're good for all the other 3.
Yeah, I will be out the 23rd for then that following week for.
So how about the 9th?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's good with us if it's alright with you, Kim.
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay, 9th of August.
All right, August 9th will be the next time we see, if Handsome is remotely helpful.
Or if we all die here.
Or if you all get blown up before anyone can get there to assist you. Or
Right, thanks.
Jomont can get his act together. Thank you all.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.